Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Roar. Stop. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Roar. Today is Monday, the 6th of May. And today we're going to talk about decisions, especially bad decisions. You know, last week I mentioned that every day the human makes 35,000 decisions. And it'd be nice if all those decisions were good decisions, everything worked out right, but unfortunately that's not the case. There's a lot of those decisions that are bad decisions. And it's nothing, we're all going to make bad decisions. We make decisions based on information. We don't have the correct information, or our thinking is one way, and it might be a good decision at the time, but later on when you change things in life and things change, you might realize that the decision you made wasn't the correct decision. And there's really nothing wrong with making bad decisions because they're going to be made. What the problem happens is when you don't do anything about it. When you know you made a bad decision, you realize you've made a bad decision, but instead of correcting it and making a new decision which, you know, takes care of that, or making a decision that, you know, making a whole set of new decisions based on the new circumstance, we just keep supporting that bad decision. It's kind of like when you tell a lie and then you have to keep telling lies afterwards. You know, one bad decision breeds a bunch of more bad decisions. I was thinking about this because, I don't know, I was watching some basketball, I saw some instant replays where they had tried to decide, you know, they made a decision on the court, but then they had to make another decision based on looking at the tapes and the different angles and things like that. And, you know, maybe that's what we need to do with our lives too, is we need to make sure we re-examine. Don't let our pride get in the way of saying, well, we made that decision and we know what we're doing. We don't want to look like we're stupid, so that must be the right decision. That's not always the case. You know, sometimes upon further review, we find that the decision we made isn't necessarily the correct decision all the time. So it's always important to know that it's, you know, we should feel free to make the decisions, but also at the same time feel free to evaluate them, review them, make sure that they are correct and going forward. Because sometimes one bad decision leads to another bad decision, which leads to another bad decision, and before you know it, you're in a deep hole. And that can be avoided by simply looking at your decisions and saying, well, is this really the right thing? Did I really make the right decision for what I want to do, and how does this align with what I want for my life? What is my purpose, my vision, how I want? So take those into consideration when you're making decisions. Don't be afraid of making a bad decision, and also don't be afraid of changing your decision once you review it a little bit better. And have a great week. Today is, as I said, it's Monday the 6th of May. Next week's Mother's Day. Make sure if your mother's still around, you give her a big hug and tell her you love her, because mothers aren't always around all the time. Sometimes some of us lose our mothers. So think about that. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Monday.